Hello, I'm Joe Maben, and this is a video that you are now watching. And in this video, I'm going to do something I've never done before in a video where I film myself, where I shall talk about a movie that I just saw. Yes, there is an Avengers Christmas stocking still up, even though it is March 2nd. Quiet. I am lazy. None of you are perfect, so the movie in question that I just earlier, it's almost like an hour ago that I saw it, that I had just seen or saw or watched is the 1977 released Japanese horror slash comedy film Heizu. I'm not going to pronounce it correctly at all. I know this about myself. House. It's called House. It's weird. It's 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 really weird. Like, I love weird movies. I really do. If it's a subgenre, it's my favorite subgenre next to wholesome friendship contained films. Weird films are up there with it. But this is really weird. Like, okay, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen this movie and you want to, stop this video, watch it, but I don't recommend this movie, I don't think, to anyone. If you want to get into film and you really love film like myself, then yeah, this is a necessity, because I've heard from other people, and this definitely feels like this movie has inspired a lot of iconic filmmakers today and the films they've made. So if you're into film and you like film history, watch this. But if you don't like psychedelic, surrealistic movies, don't. Excuse me, don't watch it. The choice is yours, but I'm talking about it because it's such a weird movie that I felt like it'd be entertaining to hear me talk about it of right after I just watch it. This was in the caliber of movies where, like, I hear it's really good, but I think to myself, I'm probably never gonna watch this. But I did. Why? I don't know, but I did. Um, it's next to. It was next to. I feel like it was like A Clockwork Orange, where I said like, yeah, I know. A lot of people say it's a really good movie, but there are a lot of really good movies out there, and I don't think it'll be the worst thing ever if I don't see it. I still don't ever think I'm gonna watch A Clockwork Orange, to be honest, because it just, from what I hear of what it is, it really just doesn't interest me. And I thought this was gonna be the same way, because I'm not a big horror film fan, but I'm trying to watch more of those. Last year I watched a ton of horror movies and spooky, creepy, disturbing movies than I ever have in any year, and I hope to continue watching more movies like that this year. And I can add this one to the list because this was it says it's a comedy. I think it's more of a silly-ish type of horror flick. But there are no jump scare type of horror in this movie, but it was more disturbing. The closest thing I think it's like is it's like a sillier Hereditary. Yeah, it's like a sillier Hereditary. I mean, like, both are movies related to families and have hauntings. It's also disturbing. It's not like in story to Annihilation, but I mean, like, it gave me similar reactions. Like, it gave me a similar feeling that Annihilation did, and definitely Hereditary did. I think Hereditary is still the creepiest movie ever, but I think this is now the second creepiest movie I've ever seen. But it's really weird, more so than creepy. It's just weird, and I love weird, but again, spoilers. Spoilers. I'm saying spoilers. If you don't want to be spoiled, you're gonna be spoiled. Hope you're okay with that. So the characters' names. Well, no, first I should probably, before the characters' names, I should talk about the story. Oh god, the story. A young group of young Japanese girls want to visit their friends, go with their friend to her aunt or her grandma or her mom's house, old house, this old town that no young person has been to in a long time. And they go there, and it's very clear at the get-go, the house be haunted. And they bring a cat, too. There's a cat in this movie. Yay, I love cats. I'm a cat person. Isn't that right, Mario? I'm a cat person. Yay, there's a cat. There's a cat. There's a cat. Oh, God, there's a cat. What time are we at? 6? Ooh, I talk a lot. Wow. But that's basically the story, but I don't think the filmmakers who made this movie, the people who made this movie, wanted the story to be the driving force and wanted to put emphasis on story. No, I think they more so wanted to have the audience, being me this time, focus more on the visuals. And I did. And from talking about this movie, I feel like I can't really talk about the story, but more so visuals. But what were the characters? There were stereotypes. No, I'm not just being that cynical guy who's like, oh, the characters are just stereotypes. No, they literally are, and I think the film obviously wanted you to see them as stereotypes of the main group of girls. The main girl that I guess we follow in the group of girls, her name's Gorgeous. She's called Gorgeous because she, in a lot of the movie, is teased by her friends for putting on a lot of makeup and looking in the mirror. Another character of the group of girls is named Mac. She talks a lot about food and eats a lot of food. Then there's Kung Fu. She knows Kung Fu. And then there's Melody. She plays piano and knows music. And then there's Fantasy. She dreams. And there's Professor. She's the nerdy one. And there are other girls' names I can't remember, but there's also the auntie, the dad, and the stepmom. There are more girls, but I'm sorry. The movie obviously made me not think too much about the characters. Just the visuals. What was the most striking visual that is still in my brain, even now, that's still haunting me? Decapitated floating head Mac. I've seen a lot of movies that portray decapitated heads who talk. Thank you. It's up to it. But this one did it too. And again, even though I've seen talking decapitated heads before, this one just made me go. But then the scene that followed after that creepy floating decapitated Mac head scene, the auntie of the girl that saw decapitated floating head Mac's head, who saw that, The next scene that followed was that same girl who saw that sees the auntie just sitting there, showing, looking at the girl. I can't remember the girl's name, but looks at the girl, winks, and then opens her mouth like, oh. And in her mouth, shown here, an eyeball, a human eyeball, looking around. Just, I see. Oh, oh, oh. This movie made me forget how to think. it's so weird, but I think I like it. It's a type of movie where like you can't, of your first watching of it, like you can't decipher if you loved it or hated it. It's just a movie where you say, my eyes stared at that. I'm just gonna reflect on the fact that my eyes stared at it, and a movie like that like causes you like to forget how to think. So just let it take in all, like, and process it all. Don't rush your brain. I think it's best for these types of films. Many films similar to it. I like watching those types of films. I don't treat my brain very well. But no, the editing in this movie, bonkers. Really bonkers. The whole movie's bonkers, but I mean, like, the editor, I mean, thanks to this movie, I feel like I really kind of want to look at the other works that this editor has done, because it stood out. Like, it's it's so weird. Also, I think this movie may have made me not look at pianos the same way again. I love Rockin' Man, and that Rockin' Man is my favorite movie of last year. But next time I watch it will be my 7th time watching it. But I think I'm not gonna look at Elton John playing piano the same way again. Taron Egerton as Elton John playing piano. That's gonna, oh my, severed hands. I want to explain what happens in the piano scene, but I mean, it's so strange. It's gonna be giggling and like, but a giggle like type of like that. So I'm just gonna say, watch it for yourself. Does it get a Joe recommendation? Yeah. If you're interested in like watching the movie that I described to you, in the best way that I could, but I just wanted to talk about the type of movie I just saw, because it was, I watch a lot of weird movies. I bothered to review and talk about a movie called Down on the Farm, and review it and put it on YouTube. That's the kind of content I watch, but this is, I admire like how it just said, like, you know, we're just gonna do whatever, and I really respect the movie for that. And it's obvious a lot of filmmakers were inspired by this movie, so I'm glad I watched it, because this feels like a fun movie to tell others that you saw, and just seeing their faces when you try and, like, without spoiling, try and describe what you saw. It's that type of fun movie. So yeah, House. It's an old movie that's, and yeah, yeah. It's amazing that I'm still a cat person even after watching this movie. So hopefully, I don't want to like say that the next video you see me do will be movie related, but the next video I post here will be movie related. Hi, welcome to Good Sir Productions. Subscribe if you liked this video or if you didn't, but you're hoping to see better videos than this. Cool, subscribe and like this if you want or not. Anyway, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.